Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
What does the nanny do?
Okay, so we're done.
Goodbye.
You. Shut it off.
Do not twist my words. Do not make me a victim, sweetie.
Just look at the mountain. That's what you saw that day.
Just the knife in the kidneys over all these years and the sacrifices that I made to love you.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
It's the episode you've all been waiting for. A Wife Decides. Oh! Season 6, Episode 8. A Wife Decides. I wonder if this decision is about Meri's baby decision. We're just going to experience it together with you, our loving listeners.
6 seasons and 8 episodes now.
It has felt like years and years and years. And the episode opens with an overview of everyone being at the Brown family cul-de-sac and what it all means now that everyone has moved in next to each other. They're a family again, honey, a family, a real family.
Everyone's just living their best lives. We see little Truly jumping on a trampoline in an adorable hot pink tutu getup.
It was quite striking.
We see McKelty walking by with a mannequin wearing a newspaper skirt.
Along the lines of the cellophane dress
Yes.
from previous season or episodes where it's all tufted. I don't know how to even describe it.
Yeah.
Is it tufted?
Layered, tufted,
Yeah.
rolled
Newspaper.
up newspaper clumps, making a skirt.
Yeah.
She's co-opting from the designer that she met.
Well, she was inspired, honey. She was
Oh, okay.
inspired.
Not stealing designs
No,
whatsoever.
she's a creative and she was inspired.
Sure. The opening is basically just a giant nothing burger, just clips here and there of everybody.
And Kody has a voiceover where he tells us that they're all very different and independent, the wives. Everyone's living their lives, doing their things. And how do we meld our family back together now that we're at the Brown family cul-de-sac? And, that's what's been keeping me up at night recently. I've been going, how are the Browns going to do this? How are they going to get their magic back?
How are they going to meld back into their routines? They couldn't meld when they were that far apart. Now they're trying to meld that they're this close together. Always an issue here with the melding of the family.
The melding. So then to start the episode, we're basically going to get an update from each of the wives, kind of on what's happening, what's the deal, what's the latest, what's the goss, what's the news. We start with Meri, and she tells us about how Leon is always hanging out with the other teens, or hanging out in Meri's loft upstairs. Ooh, the open loft.
Meri just loves hearing all of the noise again of all of the kids being back together, and we hear some annoying but cute laughter, giggling of the girls hanging out. I think they're playing a video game or something.
Yeah. There's a clip of Leon on the couch during Meri's little opening segment, where Leon volunteers that waiting an extra week to move into the home really wasn't such a big deal. Oh, and I noticed that Leon is still wearing the unpure jean vest and slutty tank top. And I thought, how very dare you? Are you really trying to advertise that you still have your purity or not?
I think it's funny that Leon has to say that, oh, well, moving in 1 week later than everyone else sucked, but I guess it didn't turn out so bad.
Right.
And I'm just reminded that it was only a week difference.
They postponed Christmas till January 2nd for little Leon.
Leon made such a big drama deal about not being in their house at the same time as everyone else that it felt like a month's difference.
Felt like an
on their
eternity.
reaction.
Yeah.
Really, we're reminded again that it was only 1 week. Okay.
1 week.
And basically because of the holiday and your mother's own wrongdoings.
Wrongdoings.
Okay.
Yes. Mary's failures as a mother.
Oh.
Well, it sounds like Leon has recovered, and we're all very thankful for that. If anything we're thankful for on this podcast, it's Leon being happy and feeling good.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
The most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Our next wife is Christine. She talks about having all the kids around and how it's loud and all of that. She does enjoy it. And also, the children have started what she is affectionately calling Kids Town in the backyard. And they cut to the backyard for a visual. And my, it was quite the sight to see.
A little hearkening back to their roots here with Kids Town. This is bringing up something that the older kids used to do back at the Lehigh home. They used to do Kids Town and build stuff out in the little woods, I guess, that was next to it. And we see, makeshift tents in the dusty-ass backyard. And we see that they have used pieces of lattice from a deck. They have used sheets. They have used PVC pipe. They have used cardboards. And it's very Lord of the Flies-esque.
That's a good reference, yes.
Christine says that the only downside of Kids Town is that it is atrocious. It is indeed atrocious.
It's a disaster. It's absolutely atrocious.
The backyard is a disaster.
It totally is. While they're showing the backyard as well, I personally loved that they had music playing over that was like Western old town, like, there's going to be some city slicker coming up and pulling out his gun because of all the dust blowing everywhere. And
Right.
It literally looks like a shanty town. What the fuck is going on here?
Also, one of the little girls has a piece of cardboard and is waving it at the ground and like wafting dust up. Just wafting dust into the air for no reason
It's a
whatsoever.
Wild West in that backyard.
It is. It really is. We go to the kids on the couch, and Isabel is talking about how some of the moms don't want to have any more kids. And she starts listing off all of the moms that don't want any more kids and talking about how they need more kids, though.
Yes, with all the moms, they need more kids.
They need more kids for their kids' town. It just goes to show the innocence of children.
Oh.
They just think, oh, more playmates, so much fun, more kids for Kids Town.
For Kids Town.
Oh, boy.
Janelle is next on our little tour of how the wives are doing here at the Brown family cul-de-sac. And we get this shot of Janelle in the family room. No one is around. And at first she's yelling for Maddie. And I was like, oh, we're going to get Maddie. We haven't seen Maddie in a second. And then it was Hunter, Gabriel, Logan. She's just saying children's names, yelling them towards upstairs. And then we have her talking to the camera and she says, this house is great. But the way that the walls are set up, that it can be hard to hear. Or that maybe they choose not to hear.
The kids just disappear in the house. They choose not to hear me.
Right. It was fun to see because it reminded me of times where I maybe have not heard my mother when I was a kid. And I was like, oh, I didn't hear. Oh, isn't that convenient?
I still have selective hearing. As an adult, I swear. I don't know what it is. We all do it. But there's something about your own mother's voice.
Oh.
That you're especially attuned to tuning out.
Attuned to tuning out.
I think we
I
all
like
have that affliction.
When we finally make it to Robyn's house, she tells us that they're going to be burning Kody's duffel bag. So this would be the duffel bag that he would pack and bring from house to house when they were in their rentals. And of course, everyone is disturbed by this duffel bag, including Robyn. She's so disturbed that she can barely string a sentence together. She's so disturbed.
Well, it's weird because is she opening up a box that has the fire pit in it?
Oh, I didn't
And
notice.
she goes, "This is a fire pit." And literally says, "This is a fire pit. And we're going to burn Kody's duffel bag."
Oh, God. When she was describing the practice of burning the duffel bag was when I was most impressed by her because she said something along the lines of a visual stimulation of a memory and when he would bring the bag back and forth to the houses. and it served its purpose, but it's no longer needed. And I was a bit stimulated myself when she said that it was going to be a visual stimulation of a memory. I thought, wow, stimulation. It's quite a word. I think she meant simulation, but I don't even think that's correct. So I don't know
Very bizarre wording.
what she was really saying. They just let her keep going. Like, keep talking, girl. We're going to keep it in. We're not going to edit that out. We're keeping it in. We're going to highlight that.
No, and she's talking about, how he would show up with the bag. So they would see this ugly ass bag when he showed his mug on their doorsteps. And then when he would leave, there was an empty spot where the bag should be.
Oh, so symbolic.
Really? Really?
It's almost poetic. It's stimulating.
Their use of words, it just never ceases to amaze me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just another ridiculous thing to do.
Oh,
Another weird ass way to get the family together. We have to bury hatchets in the yard, bury coolers, bury dead bodies, burn bags.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
With this season, it feels to me like there are quite a few things happening that are production fueled, where a story producer or whatever meets with the family beforehand and they have to have something happen for the show. So you brainstorm and you come up with ideas of what you can do. Unfortunately, I don't think they quite took the exercises far enough, because not having the, for example, family mission statement ready when they were burying a time capsule
So bizarre.
doesn't make any sense. But they do have to have content for the episodes. When we were looking at season 6, we were going, wow, there's so many episodes this season. So I think they could have dialed back the useless exercises and really stuck to things that mattered or made sense. But I think throughout this season, we're going to notice more and more things happening, activities where it just feels almost like filler and stuff to do so they have things to film.
It's
And a little
forced
weird.
moments to get the family together in one spot,
Yeah.
especially when you do have this many kids that are probably part of activities and sports. And even when they, get to the part here where they're going to burn the bag, it's kind of sparse. You can tell not all 17 kids are there.
They're like single line around it, and it's
Right.
there's plenty of spaces between them.
The kids are like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, it's bizarre. And I get it. I get that they're trying to make moments for the show. 2 in a row like this, the time capsule burying a cooler that they couldn't think of anything better to bury than a red igloo cooler. And now they're going to burn a bag. I get what they're doing, but it's very forced and awkward.
The wives give us some more of their thoughts on the duffel bag, including Christine, who says that the bag was like Kody was coming over for a sleepover when he would show up with that bag. Just coming over for the night, popping in for a sleepover. Your sexy husband here for a sleepover. Love you, Christine. My favorite response to the bag was, of course, Janelle, who says, I never really thought much about the bag. And I love it. I was LOLing because I was like, thank you, Janelle, for being you and bringing us this special moment.
One normal person that's not bothered by this bag that carries these horrible visual stimulations.
Not the stimulation.
No.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord. My God.
Oh. Kody says, to Janelle, it's a symbol of her independence.
Yes. Because she got to get rid of him when he would pick up that bag. She'd go, thank God he's packing up the bag. Get the fuck out. And we immediately cut to Kody putting the duffel bag in a fire pit in the backyard. This must be the one that Robyn was unboxing, if that's truly what happened. I love how you caught that.
It was weird.
I did not even notice at all. I thought she was just, sorting through her hoard. I had no idea what was going on.
Well, sometimes it just feels like they give her very fed lines, like she just doesn't know what to say or do. And I've caught a couple of instances where they're trying to get her to say more. They're feeding her lines, and she had to have been unboxing it and putting it together, like the metal fire pit itself, because she said, this is a fire pit. And I do apologize because we keep saying bag in our Minnesota accents.
Oh, yeah, it's a bag.
And we make fun of Big Dull. And I'm sure this episode we're going to get Made fun of her bag.
Yep.
Bag.
You got to carry your big dill and a big bag. Literally, when I lived in California, people would be like, say it again. And I'm like,
Say it
bag.
again.
And they're like, no, it's bag. And I'm like, bag. And they're like, bag. And I'm like, what? And they're like, bagel. I'm like, bagel.
A bagel.
It's a bagel. I don't understand this. I don't hear it being different, but okay.
I know. I just know people are going to catch it from us. So I have to point it out because I know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear it, but we know it's there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So apologies for saying bag on repeat for like 10 minutes here.
I'm trying to say duffel before it so that it kind of eases the pain of the bag.
Gosh, you're so smart.
It's a fire pit.
Fire pit.
Well, Kody is putting this duffel bag in a fire pit in the backyard. We get some more precious pearls from the wives, including Christine. Well, they're kind of going back and forth between the couch and the setup of this thing. So that's going to happen a lot in this episode where we're going to reference voiceovers and couch moments. And just like usual, there's a lot of back and forths. And Christine is giving Kody a bit of a hard time. We'll get joshing him a little bit about how there are other ways to destroy this duffel bag other than burning it. And she has a little humorous list of things to do. I don't really recall any of them other than burning the bag and then collecting the ashes.
My favorite one is we could cod it up.
Oh, yeah,
We could cod it up.
into a million little pieces. But if they decide to burn it, they could collect the ashes, which would be so symbolic and lovely, I guess, for something and somewhere. But ultimately, burning the duffel bag is really a celebration, a victory of being in the homes, according to Kody.
Right before they start this massive fire that could cause catastrophic events to happen.
Oh, wow.
A fire engine goes wailing by. They joke that this was a setup. Very weird that a fire truck goes by.
Yeah.
It was a little ironic.
Yeah,
Especially,
I laughed uncontrollably.
Right, burning a random odd object outside of your brand new homes. Great idea,
There
by
was
the
some
way.
reference to the black smoke. Like, is that a problem? And it's like, yeah, you should breathe it in. You should totally breathe it in.
Yeah, Cody's like, I don't know about this black smoke. Like, well, you are burning plastic in front of your brand new homes.
Yeah.
In a fire pit that Robyn assembled, which seems awfully dangerous.
This is it. The fire hazard isn't even the bag on fire. It's the fire pit that it's in. Just structurally. Oh, the stimulation of it all. After TLC pays some bills with a commercial break, we return to Robyn's house, and I'm wondering, what is Robyn assembling now? Turns out I was wrong. Kody is there on his lonesome. Maybe Robyn is at the store spending some money.
Cody's hanging out at Robyn's, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder if there's a ticker board for that because, we're going to see that again, obviously.
Ooh, should we? It would be perfect timing to start it because we are at the cul-de-sac. This is kind of like the first episode that we're doing outside of Christmas after they've moved in. I think we should start a ticker.
Oh, honey, I don't have the strength, nor the
No?
stamina, nor the concern, or the care. But if you want to, maybe it will fulfill some of your ADHD needs.
It would. The visual stimulation of it alone, every time that they get there, I will just get titillated, stimulated, add another check.
Put it in the bag.
Put it in the bag.
But yeah, Cody's alone at Robyn's house, and he lets us know that he's meeting with the manufacturers of My Sister Wife's Closet jewelry, with a goal of designing jewelry pieces for each one of his wives for Mother's Day. If you were to hear that story, you might think, wow, what a loving husband and what a great idea. But we know the truth. He only loves Robyn, and it is not a good idea. And it will be proven that it is not a good idea, but we won't learn that in this episode, children. All the more reason to subscribe and to follow so that you can hear the end of this riveting tale of Cody's jewelry. I don't even know.
Failure.
Stimulation. Failure.
Oh.
What a failure.
We meet Mike and Gina again, the new manufacturers that our ex-husband and wife.
I thought that's what the thing was. And neither one of their last names are actually the name Marino or whatever.
Yeah.
It's Gina and Michael Wilson, which I was like, Wilson? I thought it was Moreno Enterprises.
You're right.
So maybe it's named after their firstborn Moreno.
Baby Moreno.
Oh, Moreno's so cute.
He has them there because he wants their input. Their input is going to allow him to get his foot out of his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
So his shitty ideas coupled with their not so shitty ideas will allow him to not look like such an idiot.
Right. And these Mother's Day gifts that are truly from the heart.
And who is he going to start with? But of course, his number one.
Yeah,
Robyn.
He claims he was inspired by Robyn when he starts with her. And I thought, oh, I wonder if we're going to hear about the other wives inspiring him. I doubt it, but you never know. He could prove us wrong. He does say that she is a bird, and I LOL'd because I was thinking, I do feel as if you have said that she looks like a bird. We have referenced that she has bird-like features, that sometimes she looks like a bird with a wig on, and he's saying she is a bird. But
also, her name is Robyn.
Oh, and it is... Oh, those blue eggs. I didn't even connect the dots. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I'm as dumb as Kody. But Kody is convinced that Robyn was like a phoenix rising out of the ashes after her divorce. You know, a successful, triumphant story. So obviously, that's why she's like a bird. Duh. Not that her name's Robyn or that she lays blue eggs.
Or that she looks like she has a beak from the side.
And that she walks with her head going in and out and in and out.
Oh, many a bird comparison for our Robyn Brown.
And who's next on the list, darling?
Number 2, Be But Meri.
Oh, Meri.
Oh. And her quality that he is drawing inspiration from is her extreme loyalty. And she just needs some sort of symbol that will demonstrate her extreme loyalty. Perhaps like that of a dog.
Maybe another animal, like a dog.
Gina's like, no. No woman wants to be compared to a dog, Kody.
See, it's already paying off. His stupid ideas are being corrected by Moreno Enterprise leadership.
His paw just got pulled out of his mouth by Gina. Thank goodness.
Put that dog in the corner, Kody. Bury that dog in the backyard.
Ugh, where we have buried many a dog, unfortunately, in this family.
Yeah.
And they decide that a better symbol than a loyal Labrador would be a crown with a heart on it. And not just any crown with a heart attached to the bottom.
Yeah, I think the crown is sitting on the heart. And the way you said that made it sound like the crown had a heart on, which I thought was great. And I hope I get to keep it in. Yes.
Oh, the stimulation, the visual stimulation I'm trying to lay out for you all here.
Moreno Enterprises gave the thumb up with that crown with the heart on. So that's good. So that's great.
Oh. We are going to add a very special word. And, you know, Kody can't think of any better word than loyalty. Except, let's just put a twist on it and go with the Latin word for loyal, which is fidelis.
Oh, I love how he knew that already. He's just so scholarly in his language.
Mr. Mike is the one that suggests adding a word to the heart with the crown on its ball sack shaped phallic thing. And, you know, Kody just gives him all of the praise, but then all of a sudden just pulls the word fidelis out of his butt. So not staged at all, not already come up with at all.
Listen, this joint venture is working smoothly and beautifully already, and we're only 2 wives in, so it can only get better from here, including Janelle. It's interesting because he kind of takes this turn for the second wives where it becomes elements like earth, wind, and fire. And I thought, why wasn't Meri fire? Because Meri would be fire. And then it would be like flames. And let's burn your house down. That's Meri. But unfortunately, I wasn't part of the meeting, so I didn't get to suggest that.
We went from animals to elements very quickly.
No direction changed for Moreno Enterprises on that one.
No explanation whatsoever, yeah.
But Janelle is earth, of course. And what would better symbolize Earth than a tree? And, our friend Gina was talking about what a tree means and how it stays where it is and that it's, I don't know. I feel like what she was describing was actually the loyalty bit from Meri, like always there. And I thought, why aren't you saying like it has roots and then there's branches and whatever? But, Gina's the creative genius here, not me.
She said grounded with stability.
See, stability is not the same as fidelity. What am I talking about?
I think that they're kind of just spitballing at this point and trying to throw out other ideas for the wives, and they kind of do meld together in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kody is so discerning that they better watch out because he's going to tear their thoughts apart. Just kidding. That's not the case.
And last but not least, we get to Christine.
Oh, she's easy, but not so easy.
Her primary element is wind.
Oh.
Very ethereal.
The winds of love.
Yeah, he says it's going to be very hard to put wind and air into a design. And how do you do that? And he brings up that when he thinks of wind and air, he thinks like a fairy. And he thinks Christine is very much like a fairy. And every once in a while, they can bite you because they're mischievous.
They absolutely are. They're usually ethereal, but then that little mischievous glance comes around the corner and bites you.
Fairies like to bite, apparently.
I've never heard this before. Maybe it's part of some sort of classic tale from days gone past.
I have heard it in Irish folklore.
Oh.
That fairies do bite.
Are you well researched in the Irish lore world?
I don't want to say yes here.
Because then you'll be scrutinized. Pop quiz hotshot.
When I was younger, I was obsessed with fairies. Not gonna lie. Like many little girls are. I was obsessed with fairies, and they like to bite.
They do.
It's a very weird fact about them.
Oh.
I am curious who else out there knew this.
Well, I think it's funny that you're calling it a fact, as if fairies are real and they really bite. Like it is a fact.
Pretty sure that they are real, and I resent the fact that you would insinuate that they are not.
I know, so dismissive of me.
It was very dismissive. Thanks for apologizing.
You're welcome.
There is Irish folklore of changelings, like babies being traded out from their bassinets.
Oh, yes.
And there's a lot of weird fairy stuff that people really do believe or did believe very long ago. And I'm curious how fairies might tie into Mormonism, if there are any fairy tales from the Mormons.
Well, other than their entire faith.
Oh my God, I mean, set that up too good.
Nauvoo is where the fairies come from, honey. They are all birthed out of the canyon in Nauvoo like a giant vagina. They come flying out.
And perhaps Christine herself was a changeling.
Never know.
We will never know.
I have seen her bite a few people. This scene is wrapped up by Gina. Thank God, she tells us that it's obvious that Kody loves them all, but each one is a bit different. And, there's an interesting thing here with monogamy versus polygamy, because with monogamous, you're trying to find all of these qualities that he loves in his 4 different wives in one person. But he gets it in 4 different people. Isn't that touching?
She's trying to articulate how she feels about monogamy. It's as if the producers asked her a question and she's struggling here. But Mike, her kind husband, pipes up and has a revelation that perhaps it's like all of the wives were meant to be together and they become one.
Oh. No. Yeah. As Meri would say, we don't go weird.
Some poor producer asked these two a question and they could not form an articulate answer.
No, it was a little ridiculous, but I guess the way that they were going to wrap that up. And then to put the cherry on top of that ending, Kody tells us that his biggest fear in designing these wonderful gifts for his wives is that one of the wives will be jealous of another piece of jewelry that a different wife receives. What an understandable fear. I totally get it. It frightens me now. I'm frightened.
The potential of jealousy? My God, oh Lord, no.
Not in this family.
Never.
Kody introduces us to the next scene by telling us that they've been asked to put together the My Sister Wife's Closet collection in a store via a wholesale line. And this is going to make me ask some questions in the future, but we'll get to that. And Meri tells us that some people were asking for less expensive pieces, so they're going to do this wholesale line at a lower price point. I think it makes sense. I'm not so sure how they're going to go about this.
Gina and Mike are really the driving force behind this meeting. They are helping facilitate this meeting between the family and a casino called Silverton Casino.
Mm-hmm. Never heard of that.
I've never heard of it.
Nope. It's a happening place.
They're going to carry huge, gaudy silver jewelry in their gift shop. So sure, I guess it goes together. We get couch moments here, and we get a little bit of backstory on where Christine and Janelle are fitting into the jewelry line again.
Mm-hmm.
And Christine says that she is focusing on the fun factor, which she sees happening in this new line. I don't understand the point of that, how she's seeing a fun factor in this new cheaper line of the jewelry.
I know. That is not explained at all. As if it's going to be neon or going to, expand and shrink. Like, I don't know what's fun about it. It's just cheaper.
She brings up the fact that she was going to get into real estate and realizes that, no, there's just not enough time in my busy schedule with having a small child named Truly and other small children. Nope. Can't do the realty thing. No time for that. But this fun factor of a lesser price point wholesale jewelry, sure, I can get on board with that. And we get from Janelle that, nope, still focused on real estate.
Yeah.
Big, huge eye roll from Robyn that they focus in on.
Well, see, Janelle's just trying to forge her own path, she tells us. And Robyn, she doesn't like that. Because Robyn wants to forge her own path, but she needs everyone else to forge it for her. She can't really do it.
I don't get what they were trying to go for here by pointing out just specifically these two and where they're fitting into the jewelry line again. It felt very forced and weird and didn't fit in.
Yeah, just another random update, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to call out the differences in the wives and where they're at with it. But the Robyn eye roll, she looks up to the left and keeps her eyes up into the left, and they focus in on it. To me, it's very pointed that production left that in and zoomed in on her when Janelle talks about choosing real estate over the jewelry line.
Yeah, it's more of the same, so I guess she's just still frustrated and annoyed
Yeah.
that someone else isn't taking care of her, making her dreams come true. I don't really...
Yeah. But Mike and Gina are trying to take care of it.
They're trying to help Rob. That's their number one goal,
Yeah.
is to make Robyn's dreams come true. And number 2 or 3 or 4, somewhere down the line, is making money. But really, it's about Robyn's dreams. That's why we're all here.
Of course.
To fulfill Robyn's dreams for her.
Making jewelry that weighs your neck down and gives you scoliosis or something. I just don't even know. What's the goal here, Robyn? Please tell me, other than to injure our backs. We go to the casino, and we're going to meet Mike and Gina at the casino gift store. As we're walking into the casino, we see a large fish tank. And there are human mermaids in this fish tank.
Oh, it's so fun.
The
Christine.
family is baffled.
Christine got a little wet.
She sure did.
Yeah, she loves a fish tank, and she loves a mer person. So this was real exciting for her.
She loves fairies and mer people, we're finding out. And make-believe sky friends named
just make believe
Jesus.
to Christine. She's got the heart of a 12-year-old and the mind of an 8-year-old.
You often point out that Christine does her little hop, skip, jump, clap, clap, clap.
Oh, yeah.
she did it here.
Oh, yeah. Hercules, Hercules.
She did the Hercules clap.
Yeah.
And Christine says that it's hypocritical, but mermaids can be scantily dressed, whereas cocktail waitresses, they should not be.
No. The modesty expectations regarding mermaids are different than cocktail waitresses for sure, because, mermaids are just swimming around where cocktail waitresses are cocktail waitressing. Very true.
How
very true.
dare those cocktail waitresses have their tails out?
Oh.
No.
Wow. Wow. Robyn questions, is this morally okay to have their products in a casino? She's really struggling with that because, when I think of a moral pillar, I think of Robyn. When I think of doing right, I think of Robyn. And she's really questioning this decision.
Mormonism is against gambling.
But luckily, Christine researched the casino before they went to ensure it was sin-ridden, that there would be no sinning in that casino. And while, yes, she's being very puritanical, she found out that the casino does have family activities, so it's fine. She would even go there herself.
Yeah, she makes a point to try to sell us on the fact that this is a family casino.
Listen, there's mermaids. She's giddy as a schoolgirl. She doesn't even notice the hookers and blow in the corner. She didn't even notice.
Lots of family attractions, so it's okay.
The family casino. What was it called again?
Silverton?
Silverton Casino, where you bring your family.
To see the mermaids.
Yes, for all the family
things.
activities at the gambling hall that the Mormons are okay with. Well, they're not Mormon. They're AUB members. Sorry, Mormons. We don't want to, call everything Mormon.
It's very obvious that they're against gambling. They've brought it up many times. Even when they first moved there, they're like, do the kids even know what gambling is? Have we ever even stepped foot in a casino? No. And then, a couple of the kids back then were talking about it or mentioning that Janelle knew what it was, and Kody put the kibosh on that and don't talk about it. And now all of a sudden we're going to sell jewelry out of a casino.
Right.
And Robyn, of all people, has to bring up the moral complications of this. And Christine's just justifying it. Oh, it's a family affair. We could bring our family here. It'd be fine, fine, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then we get to the name of the gift shop. We're going to meet in front of the gift shop now and find out what it's named. And it is named Guilt.
Bold capital letters on the signage. G-U-I-L-T. Guilt.
The wives literally go, oh, wow.
It's funny because the sign, yes, it says guilt and they're hemming and hawing over the name of the store. But when you just, turn your head ever so slightly and focus your eyes, you can see through the window that it's just a gift shop. There's just like crap in the windows, just stuff that you buy. Well, stuff some people buy. Just a lot of crap, just stuff. Bright
Stuff
colors,
Robyn would buy.
bright colors, shiny objects, things that say, buy me, so I can sit in your house and do nothing. That's what it is. It's that kind of store. It doesn't look, it's not a sex shop. There's no bottles of booze. I didn't really see any gambling stuff around, so it's
Fuzzy handcuffs, that type of thing.
no hooker boots. It's literally just a gift shop. So, turns out Robyn can sleep tonight knowing that she's not selling her wares in a terrible, terrible sin-ridden store.
Oh, but first Robyn needs to make sure that it's appropriate by going in there and browsing around herself. And she realizes, oh, it's just a play on words. It's just shopping for adults and candy for kids. And actually, a lot of this stuff I would have in my own home.
I said, shocker! Shocker! The hoarder, the shopaholic, would buy all the shit in this store? I was shocked. I was so surprised.
I noticed here that Robyn is wearing jeans and a light yellow blazer that is buttoned under her boobies, and she is looking very business casual.
Ooh.
And is she trying to look the part of a jewelry saleswoman?
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know what that looks like.
I don't know either, but she's trying.
She's trying.
She really was trying. With that button that was buttoned way too tightly under her bosom. It was cute.
Oh, was it cute?
She was looking cute.
Okay, she was looking something. We went from Aeropostale to Grandma Bargain Bin, and now we're at Business Blazer Casual. Robyn is such a chameleon, really fitting in wherever she needs to.
Very good at putting a mask on and a costume, that one.
At the family-friendly casino.
Right. Gina says thank you to the manager for allowing them to come in and show their wonderful product off.
She tells the camera that middle management, wherever they go, seems to like the My Sister Wife's Closet concept. But once it gets leveled up to leadership of these retailers, they seem to have an issue with customer perception about a polygamist family and what that means. It's like, oh my God, I guess that would be weird to try to be selling polygamist. Is it really that it's polygamous? Sure, maybe. But also, it's the whole idea of why does this matter? It's jewelry. What does it have to do with being a sister wife? That's what I still feel is the fundamental thing, is if there's a disconnect, sure, maybe some, leader in some building that has nothing to do with the retail floor doesn't understand that no one would care when they're in the store about the polygamy aspect. But a very serious question would be, why would we ever sell this product?
Why does anyone actually want it?
No one would care, right? Which is, I guess what everybody knows except for the Browns and poor Gina and Mike.
Gina gets herself all worked up and she says, when driving in Vegas, if you were to look over in the car next to you at a stoplight, you could see a woman and her husband with her boobies out, or you could look at these women with their high necks and multiple other wives. And why does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Like comparing polygamous and monogamous, and we're in Sin City. Why does it matter? And they're doing their best to get her worked up to get some sort of moment here. And they did trick me. They did trick me in an, seeing it next where it seems like she's going against the family, but no, she was just getting worked up by some producer here.
Yeah, she says when you look out the window of the car, you could see any body part.
Any body part, yes.
In Las Vegas. And I'm like, wow, any body part. Okay.
So why do we care about polygamous jewelry?
Mm-hmm. The moral outrage is what I say. The moral outrage.
Kody says that they will only be selling this jewelry in Silverton, and he thinks that it will become a destination once they announce it to their followers.
Oh, yes. People will be flocking to that gift shop in a family-friendly casino to buy polygamous-themed jewelry.
They're going to be shopping at Gilt for that polygamous jewelry.
Dropping the dollars at Gilt.
Flocking there.
This is where earlier what I was saying, there's something that doesn't align with their whole wholesale line whatnotness. Okay, I get that you're making a wholesale line. I might be wrong, but I thought wholesale meant that you distribute it to retailers and they sell it. It's not as if you just put it in one store. You
are correct.
And so that was weird to me. And also, obviously, the whole thing of it being a destination for anyone to go to, it feels to me as if maybe if you lived 5 miles down the street, you might drive there if you really cared about sister wives. But who's going, oh, my husband wants to go to Vegas next year, and I'm so excited because when we go, I'm going to go to this family-friendly casino, to the gift shop, and I'm going to buy sister wives jewelry because it's cheaper there than on the website. What? It just,
we're going to drive all the way to the outskirts to Silverton, who nobody has ever heard of before,
right,
to go and see the mermaids. But no, not just the mermaids. We need to get our sister wives jewelry.
Well, that's why I always say I go to Silverton.
To get some silver.
Yeah. To wrap up this lovely scene, Kody decides that he's going to look around Gilt because, maybe he's got a little inner guilt. Maybe he wants to do a little gender bending. And then all of a sudden he sees an apron, a frilly apron, and thinks, I'm going to put it on and make fun of myself. And I didn't care at all, but it happened. The whole play on, oh, look at me. My women like to make fun of my masculinity. I'm a joke. And it just wasn't funny, and I didn't care. I don't really know.
No, he says that the women love to downplay his masculinity any chance they get. Womp womp. Again, masculinity talk, and this guy.
And this guy.
This guy just showboating again, trying to be all cutesy. You know, maybe they should make aprons. Maybe they actually would sell aprons.
This is it. The apron is a far better idea than jewelry, in my humble opinion.
At this point, yeah, it sure is.
Yeah. Especially after Kody models it on the show.
Right?
Add some ruffles, add some thrills, some frills, some feathers.
Some scales from the mermaid's tail.
Oh, this is their mermaid apron. Christine, Hercules. And Robyn, you know, because we always rely on Robyn, not only is she the moral compass, but she's the intellectual lighthouse for all of us. And she tells the camera, this is another opportunity for us. And if it doesn't work out, we'll need to go back to the drawing board for my sister wife's closet. And yeah, you will, because it didn't work selling it on the website. It doesn't work selling at expos. And now you're going to wholesale distribute exclusively to one store inside a casino that no one's ever heard of. I think you're going to be going back to the drawing board, is what I think. That's my guess. I don't know. I could be wrong.
To me, it reeks of we went into this wholesale idea thinking we would sell to local casinos, and we've been striking out. So now we're going to say it's exclusively at Silverton.
At Guilt on Silverton, I feel like there's probably some sort of way that you would say it to make it sound even more exclusive. Oh, you know, the Guilt inside of Silverton. That's where our jewelry is sold. This is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Our part 2 of the episode starts with following America's favorite gym rat to the gym for their weekly weigh-in and meeting with Sean. And of course, I'm speaking about Janelle Brown, in her leg warmers, in that high-cut onesie or leotard with the sweatband and the hair pulled back. She's going to the gym.
She did have a sweatband under her bangs in
good.
segments of this.
Oh, good.
Which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It kind of caught me off guard a bit.
She's working out. She's working hard. She's trying to lose that weight. But as she's approaching the gym, there's a voiceover from her talking about how she's really plateaued on her weight loss journey. And we've been on this journey with her. She has lost weight, plateaued. Of course, Sean, her trainer, has really tried to emphasize, how do you feel? How many inches have you lost? The things that are, you've said before, the non-scale victories. He's really trying to emphasize that. And she's still hung up on that damn scale.
Yeah, she reiterates that she has no scale at home. She was tempted to buy one after their smashing of her scale, but she did not.
She thought she would go right to the store and buy another one.
Yeah.
But she fought that temptation.
Her cheapness won out.
That's very Robyn coded, right? Right? Like Robyn would be like, I got to go buy another scale. And Janelle controlled herself.
She mentions that her first diet that she ever started was at age 8. And so it's very hard to break the mindset of not looking at the number on the scale because it started for her at age 8.
That struck me as so dramatic and early. And maybe it's not, but I mean, maybe you become aware of it, but my gosh, to be thinking about dieting at 8 years old, maybe that's normal. I don't know.
It's definitely not.
Okay.
Which makes me wonder what else is at play here. There is a factor of control that comes in with dieting for a lot of people, having control over your life, control over your food, your diet for the moment. That's the case with a lot of eating disorders, is just needing control over your life in some aspect, and that's part that you can control. So I wonder about the psychology behind this more and more when we hear about it from her. I just feel like there's so much more to her story, and I want to know more about her.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. It's just odd she gives us these tiny tidbits, like dieting at age 8.
Right. Which to me seems extreme. And you agree that it seems extreme?
It is extreme.
Right. So it's just mentioned and then kind of glossed over, although it is partnered with, like you said, how she's found it hard to break the cycle of being so obsessed with the scale. And she even refers to it as devastating.
When the number doesn't change, it's devastating.
Devastating for her. I mean, Oh, I feel so bad for her. And I wonder if at 8 years old, if you're a chubby little person and you're missing an element of control. I mean, yeah, I know. I don't know.
Are you getting picked on? Is it familial people picking on you? Her mom is not particularly in shape, so it's not that pressure from her, I wouldn't feel. But no, you know what? That's wrong because a lot of moms put unnecessary pressure on their girls to be fit and they're not fit themselves.
Yes.
I don't know what it
Yes.
is. It's odd to me and I want to hear more about her story. I don't want it to be one of those stories though where she's glossing over things. I want her to be ready to tell her story and I want her to do it right. And I really hope that when and if Janelle decides to write a book, I hope she gives us all of this stuff. I hope she gives us the nitty gritty into her childhood and why she's struggled with her weight because she's brought it up so much in the show. I think it would be beneficial to people who have followed the show for a long time. And I think this is something that a lot of women deal with. And
I agree with you that Janelle's story would be very interesting to hear if it was told thoroughly and truthfully. Obviously you don't want to put too much pressure on a person to be like, share your story. But a gloss over story, fuck that. I hear you. You don't want to hear a Meri's version of a story. You would want to hear the truth.
yeah, I think back to the Britney Spears memoir that was released and the fact that she glossed over so much and there was a ghostwriter involved and it did not feel authentic. Honestly, unpopular opinion, that memoir wasn't great and it was a waste of her time and she should have waited 10 plus more years until she's settled and in the right headspace to write it.
Agreed.
And I want that so badly from Janelle. So if by chance you hear this, Janelle, please wait until you are fully ready to share your story.
Yeah.
We hear from Sean that he thinks she is neurotic about the scale.
Yep.
And she has lost inches. And Sean doesn't like how she is still so fixated on this scale. He is frustrated with her.
I feel like he mentioned that she recently has lost 10 inches overall, but in the last month alone, 2.5 inches. So that's obviously significant regardless of what the scale is saying. I mean,
That's
she's
a lot.
losing literal physical body mass. So whatever the scale is saying, she tells him that she was thinking of buying another scale. And he says he's glad she didn't, obviously. She is being neurotic about the scale. I'm glad he's busting her balls about it because don't get another fucking scale, girl. As we find out, she's doing weekly check-ins anyway, weigh-ins at the gym with him. That's enough. And if she's not able to manage that, that's something to evaluate and to work on. You can weigh yourself once a week and have that be, that should be okay, in my opinion.
She tees it up that she gets very antsy when they're going to do these weigh-ins once a month, but then we find out that they're doing them weekly, so there's no need to get so worked up. And if she really truly feels the need to weigh herself every morning and is getting that worked up about a weekly weigh-in or a monthly weigh-in, she should be seeing a therapist at this point. And Sean refers her to a nutritionist and wants her to meet with a nutritionist. I hope that there has been some discussion about seeing a therapist as well, and that we just haven't seen that because this is shot in 2013. Therapy is not as mainstream probably in 2013 as it is today. So hopefully that was brought up at some point as well.
I mean, I agree that it sounds like something she needs to speak to somebody about more than just a trainer. Not to put any trainers down, but I think it needs some more evaluation.
So Sean talks about how he really does want her to meet with a nutritionist and to involve the family more. So to start getting behind the meal planning and involving the family in the mealtime and nutrition aspect.
He set up a meeting with a nutritionist named Lisa to review her food choices and maybe put that plan into action, incorporating the family, making some better choices.
Yeah, he says that since they've been working together, Janelle has mentioned multiple times that she is curious about the fact that potentially there could be food allergies or other things going on with her. So we are going to meet Lisa. We find out Lisa has a trade name,
Oh, yeah.
Kettlebell Bombshell.
Kettlebell Bombshell.
Janelle has very good descriptive words for Lisa.
Oh.
She is tall and statuesque and very intimidating.
And I thought, I'm not so sure about the bombshell part, but I'm a critical gay man and an asshole. So take it as it is. Is she tall? Sure. Is she statuesque? Yes, like a Greek god. She definitely is a kettlebell bombshell.
My first thought upon seeing Lisa is that I miss old beauty standards.
Oh.
I miss normal people being beautiful.
Yeah.
I see her and I think of what Janelle was thinking at the time that she met her. And I'm like, God, what happened to individuality and individuals being pretty for being themselves and having unique features.
Oh, God. We're so good cop, bad cop right now. I'm like, she's not a bombshell. And you're like, she looks like a person. She has features.
I love that Janelle is saying she is a bombshell and that she was intimidated by her and she's so beautiful. And then we see her and I'm like, yay, a normal woman. That's pretty and normal.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine today if they were introducing Lisa, the kettlebell bombshell, with her big old puffed up lips and her hair that looks like everyone else?
Yeah.
And
she'd be Kardashianized or whatever it's called.
Yeah, we don't get that from Lisa, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Lisa.
Lisa's real. And Lisa talks about the importance of nutritional value of food and aligning that to Janelle's weight loss goals.
Yeah, Lisa shares with us that the workout shapes the body, but the food shows it off. And I have heard this before. I think many people who have worked out or met with a nutritionist or worked with a trainer have probably heard that. You shape the body in the gym and you'll show it off with what you eat.
Ah. Well, and according to Lisa, she's guessing that a 1,500 calorie diet makes sense for Janelle where she currently is and with her working out and all of the things. And she's going to provide her with some recipes.
She gives her a meal plan. She hands her some papers, and I'm guessing it's a meal plan with a shopping list and all of that involved. And Janelle's a little intimidated, a little nervous about it. I have to say, when I went to a gym and got a meal plan myself, it was a relief. And as a mom, mealtime is the bane of my existence. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
And I often think I should go back to meal planning and planning the week out on Sunday or Saturday with my husband. And I don't know why I don't.
Well, because you have a husband that cooks regularly as well, darling. He does do that.
Well, that was only for you.
Well, and then when you cook, you know, that ketchup on those noodles really, it's great. Honey, don't sell yourself short. You don't need a meal plan.
Ramen noodles with ketchup. Spaghetti, you mean, right?
Yes. Almost as good as Robyn's. And while this is being reviewed, Lisa, Janelle, etc., what she's going to do, there's this cutaway to Janelle prepping some food or doing something in the kitchen. And it was great to see. There's like a pile of lettuce and a pile of diced up tomatoes and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, it made me a little excited. It made me think, I should do that.
Janelle is looking good, by the way. I have to say, they show her throughout this segment doing different workouts with her sweatband under her bangs and whipping them chains.
The giant ropes.
The giant ropes.
Yes,
chains.
the chains. She's breaking free of her chains.
Breaking free of that scale. And she's doing that Stairmaster and whatever else that Sean's got her doing. And she is looking fierce.
You know, there was one moment where she was like up on her arms and I don't know what she was doing with her legs, but they were kicked in the air or something. And it was, she was holding up her body. And it was very different from when we first saw her working out, where she was struggling to walk on a treadmill and shit. Like she was really, really, really struggling with anything physical when she started.
When she had to push
drastic
herself out of the couch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Use your hands,
Yeah.
And Janelle tells us that she hopes she gets the same payoff from improving her food habits as she did from exercise. And I hope so too, Janelle.
I am curious because if there is not a payoff from this meal planning on top of how often she is working out, she needs to get some lab work done if she has not already.
Yeah.
Because I think so many women struggle with this weight situation, and hormones are a bitch.
I've heard they can make you one too.
Kind of. What's Robyn's excuse? We cut back to the Brown family cul-de-sac, and Kody is leaving Robyn's to go to Meri's. We'll make that check number 2 for meaningless time at Robyn's, going to another wives, or just hanging out there.
Yep.
And we get to Meri's, and they go into the kitchen, and they're packing a picnic.
Oh, a little picnic in a basket.
They are going to go to Red Rock Canyon.
To discuss things. Meri's nervous. She's not sure how he's going to take it when they have this discussion. I wonder what they're going to talk about.
Kody says, we're going to talk about if we're going to take scientific measures for baby making. I'm paraphrasing.
As they're arriving at Red Rock Canyon, Kody jokes, will it bother you if I've been here with another woman? Ho, 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 ho. Meri says, well, it does now that you said that. Like, yes, oh my God, typical man, putting his foot in his mouth. Well, this is it. Kody does need help from preventing doing this because he is just out of control. All of them have been there. So just a bad joke, and he's an idiot.
Robyn and him go on the fedora guy hike.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
At the same place.
I think he's been there with all 3 of the other wives. So only fair that Meri gets brought, and she feels special.
And I'm going to give Robyn props here because she at least wore the right footwear.
Wow.
Meri is wearing clogs for climbing, and they have a wooden heel on them. They're not just some Birkenstock flat clogs. No, they are heeled wooden clogs.
Mm-hmm. Straight from Sweden or wherever the hell the clogs are from. No, they're not from Sweden. Where are they? Dutch. They're Dutch.
Dutch clogs.
So she's wearing her Dutch clogs, and they're going on a hike up a place called Red Rock Canyon. And I'm going, Mare. I always thought you were a little smarter than this. I mean, it literally was. I was scoffing because it was ridiculous.
Meri is going, oh my. He's trying to get her to climb up this thing with her clod hoppers. Click, 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 click.
Meri has a voiceover where she says, he seems to be in a good mood. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Meri's going into it like, I'm wearing my clogs. Kody's in a good mood. We're going to talk about this baby decision. I've got a picnic. Things are great. I'm wearing a scarf. You can barely see my neck. My head is popping out of that, looking crazy. She's on her way up the side of that hill. Slowly but surely, she'll get there.
She'd have been better off climbing up that thing barefoot, honestly.
Oh, yeah. They show multiple moments of her kind of,
shuffling.
I'm going to get I'm sturdy. I'm sturdy as the table. My name's Meri. I'm here. And it's like, okay, girl, you should have just worn some tennis shoes, but whatever. When they finally get planted on the big rock, they sit down. I'm envisioning them sitting crisscross applesauce. I don't think they were, but, they're just having a great time. Kody throws down that blanket, makes it all nice and flat for them. She's got her basket. But we don't get to see them enjoying their lunch because the discussion of the baby has come up before they get to eat.
We do get a beautiful aerial shot from up above, somehow, with all the red rocks around them and them sitting on the blanket. I don't recall if they were crisscross applesauce or not, but they did give us an aerial shot.
Yeah, and it is pretty. I love that part of the country.
It is really pretty, yeah. And again, what dumbass would wear clogs there, but whatever. She could have borrowed some of Robyn's sneakers. She did borrow Robyn her long-ass skirt for the last episode, with
the hydrangeas on it.
So she could have asked for some tennis shoes from Robyn, but whatever.
When they start into the deep discussion about their potential futures, Meri asks Kody what he thinks about this potential baby decision. She says she hopes he has an open disposition, which is a big word for her. I thought that was pretty great. And then Kody has to reply, and, well, that's where things take a turn for even worse than the clogs on the side of the mountain.
Kody has a really weird thought process on this, and it's hard to follow because essentially what he's trying to do is put the blame back on nature and God. He's kind of half-assing saying what he means here. He says that because nature or God have not blessed us with this, and because we're not feeling in our gut that we should do it, he hems and haws, and he says, I will always be involved in this child's life, but I feel like because you have to carry it, because it's your body, the responsibility of the choice lies more on your shoulders. And he's like, I'm not trying to push it on you, but because you're going to have to carry the baby for 9 months, ... Like, we get where he's going with this. He's kind of blaming the fact that nature hasn't taken over or God, and she's going to have to carry it. He's like passing the buck. They're passing it back and forth here.
This whole conversation does come across to me as a not willing to just say what you want to say. You know,
Yeah.
It reads to me from the very beginning that he doesn't want to do this. But instead of just coming out and saying it, he's doing this back and forth, God and nature.
And you have to carry it. And it's a little nonsensical. He stops a few times and then starts in another direction.
Yeah.
And he says, it's not my gut burning, telling me that I have to do this. It's just not in my gut. And then Meri kind of says again, well, do you want to or not? Like, she's trying to get him just to be clear with his answer, and he's not giving it to her yet. And then he says, I would do it if nature or if God or if it just happened. Like, yeah, no problem. Because of the stakes and the fact that it's not burning up in my gut to do it, you know what I'm saying? I just say no.
Right.
What?
In between these sentences, he's avoiding looking Meri in the eyes as if her eyes have the plague. I was very attuned to his nonverbals in this, and he was looking everywhere but at her. And then when he would take a breath between his sentences, he would make eye contact with her. And then when going back to saying things, he would look away. He didn't actually want to look at her while he was saying these unclear things that are pointing to what we already know. And at one point, after he said, I would do it if nature or God just did it, he literally clears his throat as if he's struggling to even say these words. He's having a hard time putting the sentences together because he's trying to lead or mislead or do whatever, just not be direct and clear with what he's actually thinking and feeling.
He keeps saying it's not burning me up in the gut. It's not giving me that gut feeling. And God and nature. And I did write down word for word there, and he just keeps saying that. And she is trying to get it out of him. And because of the stakes, like, okay, we get it. Okay, come out and say it.
Yeah.
And then Meri throws us for a loop here. And she says, well, if you want, I'm willing to do some tests.
If that's even an option. And Kody says, what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
We have plenty of information.
Yeah.
He is confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
We're all confused.
We've gone to the doctor. I thought we had done the research. I thought we had done the tests, Meri. Why are you saying just now that you're willing to do the tests? I think she's trying to put the blame on Kody here, and he's not willing to take it. He's skirting the issue. They're playing the hot potato game, passing this back and forth, and neither one of them is just clearly coming out and saying it. And now she's saying that she's willing to do some tests again. I thought we were here to make the decision.
And they were lying before. We knew they were lying before about the efforts that they had made for her to get pregnant because of the obscure, generalized way that they would talk about the things that they did, you know, referencing fertility treatments. And yet we're going, we've watched this for 5 years and you haven't had a single scene where you're giving yourself a shot or you're even doing anything having to do with it. Remember when they went to that doctor's appointment and it seemed like it was their first, it was a consultation.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a real appointment.
She was asking him how much they were fucking.
Yeah.
Like she was trying to get to the brass tacks of it all. How often are you guys doing the deed?
Yeah.
And they didn't even want to come out and say that.
No, it was all a lie and a sham. What a shock with this family. And Meri does reference something about egg retrieval when Kody asks what she's even talking about. And I didn't really follow that either. I felt like it was very broad and just, I don't even know.
He is baffled and he says, I'm checking myself. I'm checking myself to see if I'm copping out here.
Which of course you are, Kody. That's exactly what you're doing.
Then he says that he thinks they should just sit on a no for a little bit. So you're saying no. What? Sit on a no for a little bit. And then finally, Kody says, right now, I'm thinking no. And Meri goes,
After Kody talks about sitting on it for a while and that he's finally saying no, Meri starts speaking. She says, maybe let's, and Kody interrupts and says, right now I'm thinking no. And I thought it was very telling that immediately after he finally provides some clarity that he's at a no, she starts doing the hot potato action. Well, maybe let's, and he goes, right now I'm thinking no. He didn't even let her finish the sentence, which really demonstrates to me that he does not want to be committal. He does not want to actually say no. And now he finally has, he doesn't want to be responsible for saying no. And now he finally has. And so they're just so fucked up. This is what they do. Meri, well, maybe blah, blah, blah. And he's cut her off. No, we're not doing it. And it seems like a long-term thing for them. I imagine this is how so many of their decisions, discussions, arguments go. Neither one of them can be very clear. Once one of them decides to, the other one pushes back. And then in this case, it's Meri and Kody's just, no, it is done.
Leading up to this, I thought Meri was going to go into this saying completely no.
Yeah, me too.
I think in this very moment that Meri is changing her mind again.
Yes, I think so too.
I think we're seeing in real time because she goes, after he says, right now I'm thinking no, she goes, like she's thinking, she puts her hand on her face. And then it cuts to an interview moment with her. And she goes, I was shocked that he said that. He and I are just in a different place than he and all his other wives, And I've got to think of where that place is for me now. And the way that she says he and all his other wives is telling to me, and I think she's backtracking because she's feeling insecure again and she's feeling displaced. It's just very bizarre because this whole thing, it went into it with a completely different feeling, and I felt like she had made a decision that was no, and then all of a sudden
because
we're
he
backtracking.
Said no, then she's triggered into, is that the final thing? Maybe I sense that that's what's happening when you volunteer, like maybe no, and then someone confirms no, but you haven't made your choice, so then you're like, but maybe not. That does happen, and I just think with them it's such a constant. This just must always happen.
They are just never going to truly come to this decision together at the same time. It's like, wrong place, wrong time constantly with them with this. And we rewound this part of the episode so many times because it was so confusing. The quotes were all over the place. There were a lot of ... moments, a lot of the same things being kind of repeated in different ways. It was a bizarre conversation.
Yeah, it totally was. After Meri's voiceover interview moment, Kody says, let's sit on it as the no. If it's a no, are you waking up at night crying over not having a baby? Let's sit on that. Let's sit on the no. There's these silences, these moments between these things that you were, as you were talking about, just kind of this uncommittal, undecided, but leaning no, he's no, so I guess we're not, And after he does this final, let's sit on the no, they embrace and hug while there's this sad piano music playing.
They kiss and hug like they've made a decision.
Right, and it's so weird. My takeaway was that I guess they landed at no.
Well, then Meri says, now that we've made this decision, we have to let Leon know.
Of course.
And I'm like, bitch, what decision? No, I guess.
Cody said no more times than he said yes or maybe. So I guess it's a no.
And now we're going to be able to blame Kody is what it's going to come down to.
Oh, God.
Right?
Well,
I just so badly wish that I could interject, push pause on these guys, stand next to them and be like, Meri, what Kody is saying is that it hasn't happened naturally, and no, he does not want to intervene scientifically in your womb. The answer is no.
right.
Can we just clearly say this hasn't happened naturally for us? And so I really am leaning towards no, and I think that we need to call it. It's a no. It's a no for me, dog.
Well, right. And I think the reason that it's a no is because Kody doesn't love Meri. Cody's not in love with Meri. It's obvious to me in this scene, and maybe it's not obvious to other people. Maybe I'm jumping to too much of a conclusion. I think that when Kody can't make eye contact with her, it's because he is no longer in love with her. I think he almost resents her. I think he's definitely not interested in reproducing with her. And another tie-in to keep them together, like a child being born, that's at least another 18 years that this is happening. And he is going to, from here on out, play this dance of, well, you need to be committed to me, and I do not have the same thing with you. And Meri does talk about that a bit moving forward here about where is her place, what is the thing. And he loves that she's in that fucking position. He does not want to be committed to her in any way other than this religious dogmatic obligation that they have, and that she brings in a paycheck. I'm convinced of it. I know that I might sound like a conspiracy theorist in a nut job, and maybe even
Not
in our
at
previous
all.
episodes, I haven't hounded on it enough. He's not in love with her. I don't think he's in love with her. I think he fell out of love with her a while ago.
I would also add that there's a financial aspect here that if you get science involved and if you do the in vitro route,
Yeah.
we know that they're not on any sort of insurance through somebody's employer, right? I guess we don't know that, but they're probably paying out the ass for insurance. And he's thinking this would all be out of pocket. This doesn't financially make sense. And to top it off, I have someone else with a perfectly good womb.
This is it.
Why would I be doing this with you and spending all this money? I can go and have another baby with Robyn.
Yeah. This is part of the whole preview that we've been seeing of him falling out of love, quote unquote, with all of his other wives because he's got Robyn. And maybe with the other ones, we haven't seen it so abruptly, or it hasn't made such an impact to me. But to me, this is a big one going, yeah, he doesn't love you. I don't think he was talking to her as if he was in love with her. This conversation was not married people in love.
No.
And we've joked about Meri having her conversations with other people. I think ultimately she's okay with this decision, but I think she needs to play the card of not being okay with it.
100%.
Yeah.
She can put the blame elsewhere now. He finally came out and said it.
Yes.
She doesn't have to be the bad guy when it comes to Leon. She doesn't have to be the bad guy when it comes to other wives. We're going to find out real quickly here
Yes.
that she's already blaming him.
Yeah. And
Meri-
it was in a recent episode where you asked, oh, is this teeing up so that we can have another disappointment for Leon? Well, here we go, girl. You called it. And here it is.
Yeah. Meri says that Kody's reasons make complete sense. It just makes me kind of sad. Like, all right, it's done. Yeah, I think we all knew, and you knew it was done long before
Yep.
hiking your clogged ass up to the top of these red rocks. Okay? We didn't need to see you hoof it up there to get this decision.
Maybe if she would have shown a little, collarbone or a little wrist action,
A
she
little
could have.
ankle on top of them clogs.
This is it. She could have reminded him of what he used to have.
Ooh, imagine seeing her from behind in these clogs, like just hoofing it up there vertically.
Oh, Mare.
Oh, poor thing.
She also says that I'm hoping this is time to recreate our relationship and figure out who we are now. So she's using the talking points of what the next steps are, and she's wrestling with the empty nest stuff and all of these things. It's almost like she's got a matrix of decisions and what they mean, and she's trying to play the I'm not just making any decisions on any of them. I'm a victim no matter what happens. I'm trying to figure it all out. Meanwhile, I don't know that she's so indecisive. I think she just likes playing that role in this situation.
Because now she gets to play the victim.
Yeah.
And now she gets to play the blame game when it comes to Leon's disappointment.
Mm-hmm. And as you said, talking to the other wives. And so now we get to have that conversation. The first one we get to see with
Lanta.
our dear love Robyn, her good friend Robyn, her closest sister wife, Robyn.
Yeah, we go to Robyn's house and Robyn is walking over to Meri's.
Strolling across the street.
Going to have a conversation. Meri called her up and wanted to talk.
Yep. I wrote this down. Gonna walk over there and have a little talk. I just don't even get it. I'm like, gonna walk over there and have a little talk? Why was this necessary? Why is this in there? Why do they keep these lines in from these people? I guess it's because, like you said, maybe she never has anything good to say ever. And so they're probably prompting her, Robyn, what are you doing right now? And she says, gonna walk over there and have a little talk. What the fuck? Oh my God.
We have to get the flashback to the offer of surrogacy, though.
Oh God.
We have to get the sepia flashback to Robyn laying in her maternity bed, all puffy-faced after giving birth to baby Saul, and oh, I have to catch you, Meri, while you're all emotional and I'm all emotional, and I want to offer my womb.
We can take a part of you and a part of Kody and put it inside of me, and God can make it grow into a beautiful baby. Okay, she didn't say that, but she did say a part of Kody and a part of Meri together, something, and it was disturbing. Very disturbing.
Oh, Meri feels that she owes it to Robyn to have this discussion with her.
Because they have such a close relationship.
Yes. She says, I figured I should tell you about our conversation. So Kody and I have talked and we've mutually decided to not go forward with it.
Before she tells Robyn that, in her voiceover moment, she says it would have been kind of cool to raise kids together. And once again, would have been kind of cool.
Bitch, what are you doing?
Oh my God. It's like she's 17 no. She's 14.
Pregnancy pact.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool if we raised children together. Oh my God.
Which we've
woman.
talked about before. Like, aren't you? Isn't that what you're doing? Isn't that
Right
what you
now?
and all the other wives are doing with all of your 17 children, raising them together?
It's hard with that ungrateful brat, Leon.
But then Meri kind of goes backwards in what she literally just said. And she says she went up there, on this hike with intentions of starting proceedings. But Kody basically said no.
Robyn goes, so through the conversation, you were feeling, and Meri cuts her off. He said no. And then there's a dun-dun. And there's multiple interruptions in these conversations, which I think are so interesting because they don't allow each other to actually finish their thought. So they can imply what a conclusion could be or usher them to a decision. And it's just bizarre. Robyn, he said no?
It's like we're watching a bad sitcom that was written with nobody in the know, and we're just the omniscient character watching this play out, and no one's on the same page ever.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What is happening? Is this real life?
It's supposed to be reality TV, apparently.
I do really think that this is their reality, that they communicate that little.
Oh, God.
That now Meri is going and saying, well, I went up there and I was going to say yes. And now Kody,
He said no? As if you don't know what Kody was going to say. Robyn? Oh, Robyn had no idea what Kody was going to say. Oh, I believe that. Please. So after Robyn interrupts by asking if he said no and Meri says yes, Robyn asks if she thinks this is the right answer. And because, these people they have such a way with words, Meri says, I don't know. It just is what it is right now. So once again, no real direction, no confirmation or affirmation. It just is what it is right now. And this is where we get another voiceover for Meri.
Meri says that if it wasn't just her, and if it was her and Kody being empty nesters together, it would be different. But she's the empty nester alone.
Yeah.
And then we go back to Robyn, and Robyn says, I feel like I dragged something up when I offered. I feel like you guys had kind of let it go. I'm sorry if I did.
And I didn't know if this was authentic or not. What was your take? Because I never really believed Robyn. But then when she was talking, I'm going, does she really feel bad about bringing this up? Because a normal person would feel bad if they genuinely thought, oh, I thought you guys put this to bed. I thought it was to rest, and now I brought it up, and you've been going back and forth, and now you're obviously in pain. You're hurt. What did you think?
Yeah, I think it's so disingenuous because Robyn keeps doing this facial expression where she's like pulling back and kind of like grimacing.
Yeah.
Like she can't handle Meri's emotion because Meri is crying at this point.
Yeah.
And, we all know how pretty of a crier Meri is. And
just like me.
Right. We can just tell that Robyn's uncomfortable. And she's like, oh, I feel like I drug something up. Ooh, oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
She's cringing backwards and making this grimace face as if she's uncomfortable with the emotion. And Meri's crying and she says, a part of me thinks that it would have been really cool, but like talking about how it would have been cool to raise kids together again.
Mm-hmm.
Meri goes, but I just don't ever do what everyone else does. And I don't do the cool thing just to do the cool thing.
Yeah. Because in their family, the cool thing is to push out as many babies as you can,
They talk about praying here, and Robyn asks her if she's prayed on it, if she's prayed to feel something at all. And Meri says, I've prayed to feel something, and I just don't.
Meri also talks about how she didn't want to have another baby just to replace Leon. Another supporting bullet point of trying to avoid the empty nest, whatnot. And before Robyn had apologized for bringing up the surrogacy, she even references how, with the Kody not being an empty nester and she is, that he's raising kids with his other wives. So another call in to how Kody has babies and children with his other wives and she doesn't. And she's doing this empty nest thing and he isn't. And so it's a divide for them.
But it doesn't have to be that way. And it bothers me because now you've got all these frickin' rooms that you had to have.
Yes.
You could have those kids over. You could have sleepovers at your house. Leon could be away at college and you can say to the little girls, let's have a little girl sleepover. Let's have a popcorn movie night.
She's got that loft and that video game console up there. They were already up there at one point. Have it a weekly thing. Have it every other day. Do it as much as you want.
You're not going to have to be an empty nester, and that's the whole point of being a sister wife, isn't it?
Thought so. Well, yes, raising the kids, and then when you're an empty nester, you have a companion that's not your husband.
Yeah.
Kody's mom, stepmom, his dad's sister wives, whatever, refer to how they are good friends now, that they had their problems and challenges with Kody's dad and starting a polygamous family. And then there was the children stuff, and then when all that changes, they all of a sudden have these dynamics that are close friendships. So working on your relationships with the other sister wives and embracing their children and treating them as your own are the big things, we thought.
I thought that you were all going to live as Golden Girls when this was said and done.
Which one's Meri? Meri's definitely the Dorothy.
For sure. Oh my gosh.
Sorry to say it, Dorothy. Sorry, Dorothy. I love Dorothy.
I know,
so it's
me
like,
too.
oh God, sorry, honey. But it's true.
Oh gosh. Robyn's the Blanche.
Oh God, the little hussy.
Of course.
But Robyn could also be the Rose is too well-natured. She's just a little dingy. She's
Rose
Christine.
would be Christine.
Totally.
For sure.
Yes. And I guess that means Janelle is Ma?
Of course.
Oh, yeah,
Of
totally.
course. The wise know-it-all, wise cracking behind the backs,
The cackle, the head throwback with the laugh. That's very, very Sophia
Back
coded.
in Sicily.
Yes. Picture it. Picture it. 2013, Red Rock Canyon. So silly.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Goodness.
But as Meri, continues to share her feelings, Robyn tries to reassure her, but I just got a bunch of gobbledygook. I was like, oh my God, Robyn, you just keep talking and it's a bunch of nothing. I don't know. Did any of it
Stop,
make...
yeah.
Did any of it mean anything beyond her apologizing for the offering of surrogacy?
No, she doesn't even rub her back or anything like she's done before.
Right.
They're very distant. Mary's even sitting in a chair, I believe, and Robyn's sitting on a couch. And
Yeah.
there's no sense of their friendship here.
I agree.
It's a weird interaction, and Robyn's literally cringing through it.
God. Faux reassuring her, and it's ridiculous.
Meri says at one point, I'm on a different level. I don't want to have a child just to feel included. Yeah, that's not a good reason to have a child.
Totally. And Meri wraps up that conversation by saying, anyway, that's where I am right now.
Okay.
And it's so... I don't know, I'm from the Midwest. It sounds like the way my dad would end a conversation. Let's say there's some sort of dispute. Maybe I'm being reprimanded and I'm 16, 14, whatever. Anyway, that's where I am right now. Just kind of like, that's the end, I guess. Like, we're just done now, and that's that. Like,
Wrap it up.
Yep. Wrap it up. Production was tapping on the watch like, come on, you're not even sitting by each other. We got to wrap it up.
Well, it just makes it feel disingenuous that she was even crying because, okay, to me, saying... and ending it that way just means that you already had come to this conclusion. So why are you lying now and saying that Kody is the one that did it and you had gone into it with a different mindset?
Yeah.
It's just not adding up. It's just fishy.
She cannot pick a lane.
No.
So after this lovely scene between two close sister wives comes where we're going, they're close and they're sister wives. Like what? It comes to an end. And of course we get to end the episode with Kody. Well, actually, there's Kody and then there's Meri. But Kody has to give us a wonderful soundbite as we're ushered into the end of this episode. Oh God, this one's real. This one's real.
This one's a doozy.
This one's a doozy, honey. Why don't you get us started and I'll pick it up when the man has to take over. Okay.
Okay. Kody says, "The great thing about being human, and for her." The great thing about being a woman is that she can change her mind 1,000,000 times. And I'm just going to say, hey, I like it that way.
Oh my God, it is so Shania Twain.
Shania Twain,
Holy
motherfucker.
fucking shit. I did not even notice that. Of course, it stood out to me that he had to emphasize that because she's a woman, that she could change her mind 1,000,000 times, and that he was just going to have to say, hey, I like it that way. I wonder if he really was inspired by Shania Twain with that.
Seriously?
That's so crazy.
Seriously. I wrote, okay, Shania.
Oh my God. That is straight up lyrics from a fucking pop song.
It is.
That is insane. Wow.
He has a way with words.
He really does.
I didn't know he wrote that song, but...
Shania should give him a little nod. I just want to see Kody in that leopard print, that don't impress me much. That look from when she's in the desert. Ooh.
I literally have that costume. I was her for Halloween one year.
That's right. It would definitely one up the apron look from earlier in the episode.
We're going to put you in that costume, and that's going to be a Patreon exclusive. Chris in the Shania costume with the wig.
Honey, just one more month or two of these extreme workouts I'm doing, and I'll be ready for it. I'll be skinny as a needle.
Oh.
And this is where Meri helps us wrap up this episode, this touching episode where apparently we made a decision. She wonders what her value is to the family now that she's not going to have another baby. And I thought, Meri, it's called a paycheck.
Yeah, what value am I bringing to the family now? Helping raise the other kids?
You would think. You've got all that room in that
bringing in that bacon.
Bringing in the bacon. That's definitely number one.
Crafting.
Crafting. Standing over people while they're doing tasks and directing them. Remember?
Unclogging sinks.
If you want something done right, have Meri stand over you and watch. That's what I always say. Meri, we need you here to supervise, and everybody knows that. To move furniture.
Right?
She has so many reasons to be in this family, and justifiable reasons. Well, that's how that episode ends.
We get the next up on.
Oh! Oh, the next up-ons. We rarely talk about the next up-on. So, honey, I have a feeling you have something up your sleeve.
We have to talk about this one. We are going to get the panel on polygamy episode next.
Yes.
And we hear a little bit about how Christine's aunt is going to be there and how she's completely against polygamy.
Mm-hmm.
But for current time's sake, I noticed that we have a little person on that panel named Meri.
Ooh.
And she is the woman behind the Netflix documentary Trust Me, The False Prophet about Samuel Bateman that just came out.
That's right. Which I enjoyed watching. I thought it was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
And I wanted to look here at the timeline of things. Trust Me, The False Prophet was filmed from 2021 to 2022.
Okay.
It was released this year, 2026. This panel episode aired September 15th of 2013. So
Okay.
almost 10 full years that Meri has been working behind the scenes.
Right. Doing all of this
doing
work.
all of this work.
Yeah. At least that much time.
At
probably.
least, yeah.
And we get a return of blonde-haired beauty with the extreme makeup and looks.
Our favorite makeup artist, Colleen.
Colleen! Oh, an inspiration to all. I'm looking forward to this episode because it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I've never seen it. I am looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. Christine's reaction to her aunt, girl,
Ooh, I can't wait.
trust. We're going to need a drink for this one.
Cannot wait.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Yes.
How exciting. Well, we made it through this one. We find, are we going to put Meri's baby decision to rest? Are we going to bury it in the backyard with Drake?
With the bag.
Oh, yeah. And with the igloo cooler, the
and the
knockoff
bag.
igloo cooler. All the things that get buried in this family's backyard, along with Meri's baby decision. Sorry, Mare. You know what time it is, darling. Mustard seed and shit stain. Which one do you want to start with? Are you feeling high or are you feeling low?
I think that this time around, I'm going to start with my shit stain.
Love it.
And it's going to go to Meri.
Okay.
It might be a little surprising, but I think that Meri went into the baby decision with her mind made up one way and flipped it to play the victim card.
Yeah.
Most likely to get out of being blamed by Leon
Sure.
and the rest of the family. And the wishy-washiness and the pretending, I can't get behind it.
Yeah.
We're 6 seasons in. You cannot tell me that at this point, you really truly thought you were going to sit your clogged ass down on the top of those red rocks and say, let's start in vitro, or let's start the medical proceedings for my womb. Bitch, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You cannot convince me that that was what you were actually thinking until he opened his fucking mouth.
Right. Agreed. And apparently they'd already gone through those processes. So
Yeah.
at best, she's a liar. And that's at best.
It's just going to be simple, clean, and cut for me this time around, and that's that. I can't with this back and forth with them anymore. We're fucking done with it. Please.
Yes. I heard a round of applause out in the distance. Everyone agrees.
Yeah.
My shit stain goes to her loving husband, Kody Brown. And pretty cut and dry for me this episode as well. The necklaces idea, trash. Absolutely horrible. Thank God Mike and Mindy, or whoever the hell their names were, Melissa and Matthew, whatever, Something Enterprises people were there because they helped him at least navigate that a little bit. Unfortunately, they also did bring them to a family-friendly casino to sell their wholesale jewelry in one store as an exclusive. I don't know. But Kody's buying it all, and Kody sucks. So the necklaces are terrible, but obviously the conversation with Meri with the baby decision to not be able to look your spouse in the eye and have an honest conversation about how you're feeling about reproducing and bringing another life into the world is pretty scummy. And I think, as I said earlier, I think he's not even in love with her anymore. I think he doesn't know what to do with her. I think he actually, the vibe to me feels like he's almost irritated with her. And so he was just playing along because this was probably a storyline brought up by producers that needed to be dragged out. And now it's coming to an end. And he finally had to say no. And it was the weirdest no to get to because he can't be decisive. He doesn't want to disappoint her on camera. I don't know if they were off camera, if it would have been different. If they were off camera, none of this would even be happening. So I don't know why I'm even posing that. Kody, you are a shit stain.
Yeah, why couldn't he even clearly just say what he was alluding to and just say, well, it did not happen naturally. God is obviously not on our side with this, and I wish that it had happened naturally, but it hasn't. So no, I don't want to get science involved.
Right.
If that is truly your religious beliefs, why not just come out and say that and just say no and just use that as your excuse?
Yeah, because he doesn't want to have a baby with her.
No.
He doesn't love her.
God,
I
it's
hate
so
to say
messy.
it. I know. And the signs are becoming more and more clear. The reds are more red, the green is more green, and in Meri and Kody's case, the yellow is very yellow. It's like, do you speed up or do you stop? Kody finally said no, and fuck him for that. Now your mustard seed, honey. Everyone's waiting for the mustard seed. Everybody's waiting for the mustard seed. Everybody's waiting for the mustard seed.
Can I give my mustard seed to somebody weird this time? Because I don't really think anyone deserved it.
Sure.
There's nothing splendid going on here that I'm like, oh, you deserve it. I am going to give it to Gina.
Oh.
Because this poor woman, they tried to get her to say things multiple times. I think the producers tried to give her prompts. And she tried her hardest. She really did. She kind of failed. Her husband, Mike, tried to save it a couple of times. She also tried to stand up for the family in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is Vegas. We should get behind weirdos like us vibes.
Right.
And she does seem like she has good intentions with trying to help the family with their jewelry endeavor. And I'm just going to give it to her. They tried to tee her up a few times to get some good quotes, and this poor woman.
Yeah. It was totally weird, too, when she had an almost aggressive nature in her response, which wasn't fitting to what she was saying, which is why they used it in a coming up on footage to make us think
they tried to trick us.
She was going to talk shit about them when really she was just speaking weirdly.
Yeah, I kind of just feel bad for her because you can tell she's a nice person. And
Agreed.
It was bizarre.
They kind of did her dirty, and I also feel like it was a case of not on TV, doesn't know what to do.
I know. I kind of felt bad for her because you can tell that she was trying.
Yeah, she really was.
So she's going to get my mustard seed.
I'll accept Gina for that one. That's okay.
I really don't think, and even, I just don't think anyone really stood out. So I'm curious to see who gets your mustard seed here.
My mustard seed is going to go to Janelle because I felt bad for her when she volunteered that she's been dieting since 8 years old. That really hits in a weird place.
Yeah, it was weird.
And even if you don't have the same experience, I feel as though it reminded me of things that I've struggled with since being a kid.
Yeah.
And so I really identified with that.
I agree.
And and while some of her gym and weight loss and whatnotness stuff with Sean is a little awkward or strange at times, I appreciate that she's really leaning into it. And although she's disappointed in her plateau and struggles with the scale specifically, she's still showing up. She's still doing the work. And that sucks when you're on a weight loss journey, when you're on any health journey where you hit the plateaus. The highs feel great, the lows suck, and the plateaus are not great. So I feel for her, and I'm just glad that she's continuing to show up and doing the work at this point in the show,
I do appreciate that she gave the nutritionist her compliments
she
about
totally
being
did.
this statuesque queen as well.
Even though I ripped her down. Oh,
yeah,
God.
No, that was a genuine, honest reaction of like, oh, wow, this woman's so pretty. I'm intimidated by her. And it was very refreshing to see a real woman in that clip.
Yes.
And her praising a woman for being beautiful.
Yeah, and organic praise as well.
Yeah.
Like it was genuine coming from Janelle.
Yep.
So
I do feel like we're at a bit of like a stalemate right now with Janelle. This is kind of bringing it back to the scale thing. And I want to see her pull forward. I want to see more forward momentum from her. And so I'm excited to see where this nutritionist takes her.
Yes.
I really am.
It'll be interesting to see if it doesn't take her anywhere, what the outcome might be, because you know how the show is.
This is true.
It might we might never hear about it again. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
But I don't want to burst your bubble. Just saying, Janelle, you did get a mustard seed from me this episode. Our Keep Sweet moment this week is an Apple review coming to us from Amanda Chaban. So Chaban, I think, might be a combination of some things. I'm not quite sure. So I'll just say Amanda. And Amanda's review is titled, Love You Guys So Much. Amanda says, I am new to Sister Wives, and you guys have been the perfect companion on my journey. You always give me an ab workout from laughing so hard. Kimber's deranged Scarlett O'Hara version of Robyn is somehow the least correct, yet the most spot-on impression I've ever heard. I'm sad that I'm almost caught up and now I have to wait a whole week for your takes. Keep it going. I love that. When I read the Scarlett O'Hara version of Robyn, the least correct and most spot-on, I was like, that is amazing. It's so true.
Well, I do declare, Amanda. Thank you for that review. It was a lovely visual stimulation for us to read that, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow. That was truly a special moment for us all. Thank you for the 5-star reviews. If you listen to the show and you haven't left us a review yet, please leave us 5 stars if you feel we deserve it. And even if you don't feel we deserve it, please do. It helps us to get shared with other people that might enjoy this deranged show just as much as you do.
But please, only the 5 stars, darling. Only those.
Well, I'm going to say this one's in the bag.
It's in the bag. We got it.